When you want to relive your favorite classic games, but you don't want to dust off a console from 1985, what's the next thing you buy? A jazzy little retro box with all those games built right in. This is the NES Classic Edition. The NES Classic Edition was released in 2016, and if you were like a lot of gamers, you could hardly wait to bask in the pixelated bliss of gaming's glory days. And you probably couldn't find one. Fast forward a few years and times have changed. I don't know if I'd say the NES Classic Edition is plentiful, but it is out there. Let's take a closer look. The box sums it up nicely. You've got the console, looking much like it did back in the 80s, just shrunk down to a cuter form factor. Over on the side, you've got a nice little preview of some of the 30 games included. Turning the box, you get an idea of the scale. This thing's tiny. Don't expect a flurry of little cartridges to fall out when you open this thing up. The NES Classic Edition is loaded with digital copies of its games, and you get 30 of them. Look at all these games. Anyway, I'm going to take it out of the box. So we've got this guy here. We'll look at that in a moment. Let's take this guy out for a bit. What's over here? Oh my gosh, it's the controller. You've got this power brick, and behind the cardboard wall, cables and shit. There's that cable, and there's that cable. Alright, so here we've got the cord for the power brick. Opening it up, it looks like you've got USB to micro USB. And coming out of this bag, we've got the HDMI cable, so you can play all those classic games in glorious high definition. So here's the power brick itself, and as you can see, there's the USB slot. So you may have noticed this, what I'm assuming is a nice little poster. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Oh, surprise, you've got some documentation that I'm probably never going to look at. Then we have this poster, which is quickly becoming more than my camera can handle. There's the poster, folks. Take it all in. It looks like the 1980s all over again. Robot not included. Second controller not included. Physical cartridges and zapper and CRT television not included. And just so we're not leaving anything out, on the back of the poster you've got some instructions in multiple languages. Why don't we take a look at what you came here to see? The Nintendo Entertainment System shrunk down to fit in the palm of your hand. The cartridge lid doesn't open, which is a shame but not surprising. You may only get one controller in the box, but you do get two controller ports, and the power and reset buttons are nice and clicky. On the back, you've got your HDMI and power ports. Enter this little dude. It's been a long time since I've held an original Nintendo controller, but this one looks a lot like what I remember. No analog sticks, but you've got a solid D-pad, your start, your select, and a couple of nice click-tastic buttons. Hey, look at that. A wire. Isn't that a blast from the past? I'm curious to see how long the wire is. I've heard it's rather short. Holy crap, that wire is short. You might want to get an extension cord. So is it perfect? I don't know. I haven't hooked it up yet, but I like the way it looks for sure. It really captures the vibe of that old school NES. Now there are a couple little things that might bug some gamers. To back out of the game you're playing, you need to lean over and press the reset button. But given how short the controller cord is, you're probably not going to be sitting that far away anyway. If you can get over those little hang-ups, this is a very comprehensive set. You're going to have tons of games and some incredible nostalgia. So there you have it, the once elusive NES Classic Edition. And if I found one, maybe you can too.